We are going to be talking about season 4.
Yes.
The last episodes?
Yeah.
So episode
11
through 19 because it was a short season.
Yes.
But before that, me and Miranda, well, I read, this is the same book. I finally finished it.
From episode 5?
I think so. It took me a while to read it.
Yeah.
The beginning is so...
Yeah. Well, when I knew, I was like, okay, this first night, I'm just going to get to page like 100 and get through the tough part. But yeah.
Yeah, so I finished reading it. It made me cry. And I was like, I don't want this in my freaking collection. You need to read this also because if it made me cry, you have to cry. So I gave it to Miranda. And she read it. And she hated me for it.
Oh my god. I was like, I'm going to burn the book. Why did you make me read this? I was so mad.
Okay, but the book is called If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nowlin,
I think.
The first couple pages are really hard to read. Well, like the first couple pages are fine because it talks about the car accident.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then after that, it's like a very slow build because it literally starts from when their summer of 8th grade all the way to their summer before college. And so there's a lot of in between there that is just, I don't think needed to be in there.
No.
But it was interesting. Like when you were getting the tea about their friends, I was like, oh, that's what kept me going until like the last, 20 pages?
Yeah. Maybe like 30, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So the book is about a girl named, what's her name, Angie?
No, that's the other one.
Anna?
That's the other one.
I don't know. Her name starts with an A though. I know that.
Yeah. Autumn.
I know her name starts with an A because he's like, oh, they just called the first girl on my phone. You're at the top. That's the only reason why I know it's with an A. But it's about this girl named Autumn and her high school troubles with this boy.
Yeah.
She starts dating this guy named Jamie.
I can't stand Jamie.
Oh, he's a piece of shit. But who is she? Their moms are best friends.
Mm-hmm.
They're born like during the same time or whatever. The moms become friends when they're pregnant.
Yeah.
And they're like best friends up until right before high school.
Yeah, like basically that 8th grade year.
And then we don't find out why they stopped being friends until like the very end.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
That's not important. But Jamie keeps like trying to force her current boyfriend. They've been dating for 3 years by the end of the book?
Yeah, because they start dating in the freshman year.
Yeah. So by the end of he just keeps trying to have sex with her, and she's like, no, I'm not ready. I want it to be perfect. Da 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 da. And he's like, just fuck me, basically.
Yeah.
Like he keeps trying to force it on her, and so that's why I stopped liking him at the beginning because he seemed like an alright person at first.
Mm-hmm.
But then it just gets worse and worse, and then we find out that he fucking cheated on her with her best friend, which also it would be so fucking weird if I was like, Miranda, I'm going to the movies with your husband because you don't like this type of movie.
Okay, I was gonna say I was freaking calling the fact that they were going to cheat on I was like
that's it's gonna happen. They have more things
they have more things in common. It's so superficial at that level anyways with your high school love. And then, they're just like, you don't like this type of movie, so we're going to the movies. And then, I guess, maybe if you're all in the same friend group, maybe. Like, if you knew Matthew before he and I were married, maybe I could see it. But at the same time,
no.
There's a different line drawn when he and I would have started dating. You know what I mean?
No.
Then a different line is drawn between the two of you because it's a boy-girl friendship, but he's with, it's basic friendship group knowledge. What the fucking fuck?
And then the fact that, it took him, almost, a couple months for him to tell her. What the
6
fuck?
weeks. 6 weeks.
What are you... And they did it twice.
That's...
Twice!
Right. Okay, once, sure, accident. Shit could have just happened, and then you didn't want to own up to it or whatever.
You can't like this.
To ruin freaking senior year. Fine. But are you joking me? Are you joking me? You did it twice?
No, it doesn't make any sense.
And you still can't own up to it? No. Ugh.
Yeah.
And then the ending.
Spoiler alert. that made me cry. I literally cried the last 20 pages.
Yeah, okay.
I couldn't stop. And then, like, I literally was, like, trying to, like, read through my fucking tears, and it was so hard. I had to go back and reread it. It made me cry even more.
Because, so, when she breaks up with Jamie, she, like, holds up in her room for, like, 3 days. And
she gets super depressed.
Yeah. And then, like, the mothers come around and are like, no, like, we gotta figure this out. And she's like, I don't want to talk to the therapist, because, like, she'd already been depressed, which was part of the reason Jamie didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, he was like, I'm tired of this.
And you're talking about marrying that woman and having her children? What's supposed to happen postpartum? No! Anyways. Oh my god. So.
But he can't deal with her depression anymore.
Yeah.
And then also in the story, you kind of hear that her mom has dealt with depression to the point that she has to be hospitalized and stuff. So she kind of knows the symptoms, and that's why the mom is like, no, you need to go talk to somebody about it. She's trying to help her out.
Right, and she's like, no. And so they, like, their last resort before what it felt like they were basically just going to bring her to the hospital was to, what's his name? Finney was like, I'll go talk to her or whatever. Because he does say it was his idea. And I think the mothers are like, okay, but this is, like, the last thing. Like, if it doesn't work. And then it works, so they start hanging out.
Meantime, his girlfriend is in fucking Paris, living it up at Le Bon Nuit.
Oh my god. I hated that story so much. I was like, and he's just like, yeah, we're just going to figure it out. And then a couple chapters later, he's like, no, I'm in love with you.
Yeah.
And I was like, then why the fuck were you just going to figure it out?
No. But they start hanging out. They figure out that they actually really do like each other. And then his best friend comes in, and he's like, are you going to just fuck around with him this time again, or whatever? And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
She had
and then
no
they
idea.
tell us why they weren't friends anymore. And apparently, during New Year's, he kissed her because he had a crush on her. And it was just like, ugh. Like, it all came together so neatly.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that he had a girlfriend still.
Yeah, but he was doing the right thing by, like, I feel like also, like, when you would hear them on the phone, he stopped saying I love you.
Yeah.
So I feel like he definitely gave her a heads up that, like, hey, I'm not into you anymore, but I don't want to break up over the phone sort of thing. Because, like, there was, like, 1 or 2 phone calls that she was, like, in the room for, and so they wrote about it, and he did not say I love you.
Yeah, it seemed very one-sided.
So I feel like either it was either one-sided or he's, like, gave her a heads up.
But then they had already broken up before once because of Autumn.
Exactly.
And then she gets back from her trip. Finney and Autumn, they do it. They get it on. And then the next day he has to go say goodbye and break up with, I forgot her name. Sylvie. And he goes, it's a rainy day.
He drives a sports car from his dad, his absent father.
Yeah. And he crashes. And Sylvie isn't wearing her seatbelt. She goes flying out the front windshield. Wear your seatbelt, y'all. And he goes to go try to save her. I thought it was going to be like Archie and his dad where he like got run over or something.
Same.
No, apparently when he ran into the pole, it knocked down some electrical wires. And when he went to go touch Sylvie to like see if she was still alive, he died.
He got shocked by a puddle
Yeah.
that she was laying in.
Yeah, so he died.
He's fucking dead!
And then Autumn is waiting for him to get back. He never does. The mothers come in and they tell her.
So she fucking kills herself in his room?
Yes. Oh, so she's like super depressed about it. She doesn't seem to be getting any better.
Probably worse.
She goes to his house, goes into his room, and she's like, by the time y'all read this, it's gonna be too late. Just call the police to deal with it. Y'all shouldn't like. She puts the notes on his door, and then she tries to.
I'm guessing slit her wrist.
That's what I'm thinking because she said it was like bandage when she wakes up.
And she was talking about getting the biggest knife from the kitchen.
Yeah. So she does that, and she kills herself there, and then she wakes up in the hospital, and they ask her how far along she is. When's her last period and shit. And she's pregnant with Finney's baby, even though they only did it once.
Okay, plausible storyline, always use protection. I'm not advocating for no protection. But they used it twice in the same fucking book. something.
Yeah. Oh, because her friend also got pregnant.
Because Angie got pregnant
But yeah.
and married in high school.
But in the end, she's just at the hospital waiting for the test to come back.
We have no idea if she's truly pregnant, but they're sure making it
but now she
sound.
wants to live because of the idea of her having Finney's baby.
She and the baby are going to live with the mothers because they'll love it.
Yeah.
Bitch, no.
I was sobbing.
I hated this book.
It's a good read though. Like, it's a good read, and I can tell because of how emotional it made me.
Yeah,
And how much hate I have towards it.
Yeah.
But damn, it was a lot.
I'm so mad. 400 pages for that.
But we got enough of book talk. If you want a good cry, I recommend reading it. It did take me like a couple weeks to read the first 100 pages, and then after that, it took me 2 days to read the rest of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I read it in 2 days because the first day I just read the first 100, and then I finished the book after that.
But you get like little pieces of tea in the friend group where she's like, "Oh, I cheated on what's his name and stuff," and so I was like, "What?" So it kept reading, but it was like dumb high school shit.
Bitch. Okay.
I recommend this book if you want a good cry. That's all I gotta say.
I'm just telling you, you're gonna be angry.
Yes.
If you want to be upset, read the book. If you don't,
I was literally like screaming at the end too. I was just like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like, this can't be it." But anyways,
that's that.
Let's get into Riverdale.
Yay.
We are season 4, episode 11.
Yes.
What happened last episode? Last episode, Archie gets accepted into Yale.
Jug does.
Yeah, Jug. Mad Dog goes to Notre Dame.
And he gets the offer or something, yeah.
Yeah. Archie's mom hates his uncle. The cheer coach.
We talked
a
about
lot happened.
Ivy Leagues.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all basically getting
Jug's going to Yale, so's Brett. But then the flash forward reveals that Betty is also going to Yale, but she'll decline. Okay.
Yeah. So,
episode
11, Jug got into Yale and didn't tell Betty.
Ugh.
Okay.
Bad boyfriend.
I have a quote. I don't know who said it, but it says, "Calm down, egghead." Who are they talking about? Who knows? This is when they do the trivia show. So I thought it was supposed to be a math show. I could have sworn it was a math show. And then also, why is the theme the 70s?
I don't know. I thought that whole thing was weird. I did not understand a lot about it. And then Mr. Honey, the only reason he's like, yeah, let's fund it is because he wants a trophy.
I don't know. Also, what the fuck is Mr. Honey's problem?
I don't know. I don't like Mr. Honey.
Jughead tells the... Okay, Miss Willow. Jughead tells the Stonewall... Is it the Stonewall Preps?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That he wants
the book people.
The book people that he wants to write about the Black Hood.
Yeah, I said not Jug using trauma for writing inspo.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Then Betty confronts Brett, and Brett turns on Jug and tells Betty that Jug is going to be writing about the Black Hood.
I literally said Brett is a dick. What the fuck is wrong with him?
Yes, I do see so much wrong with Brett in this, like, during this, but at the same time, why wouldn't Jug tell Betty? You're literally writing about her father.
Yeah, no, I agree entirely, but I also just don't think it was his place to tell.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But, like, Brett, we know Brett. He's going to do whatever he can.
True.
I wrote Le Bon Nuit is now a dance club.
Yeah, what the fuck? First off, why is it called a dance club? It's just a club.
But you have the dance. Oh, I also wrote...
You do, at a club.
So when I had my internship, apparently you have to get a permit in order to have a dance floor. Yeah, it's like $1,000. I don't know, but literally, like, I wrote down, you need a dance floor permit. Because you needed to have one in my town.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
And then we find out Betty didn't get into Yale because of her dad.
Yes.
Because it's a bad rep.
Yes.
And
Betty.
And then she goes to her dad's tombstone and she breaks the fuck out of it.
With a fucking sledgehammer.
Yeah, and then she just yells, "I hate you."
Yeah.
Which I understand that.
And then around this time, Kevin Keller, Archie, and Frank got in a fight at the quarry.
Oh.
Yeah, because basically Frank and not Kevin Keller. What's his dad's name?
Sheriff Keller.
Yeah, that's probably why I just wrote Keller. But Mr. Keller got in a fight, and so basically when they all go to work over there, because now Frank's gonna work this job, but Mr. Keller is in charge of it. They're on like total opposite sides, and so they get in a fight, and then Archie's in the fight because he takes Frank's side and not Mr. Keller's.
Yeah. Oh, and
That
then
was
he
wild
like
to
quits.
me.
He just like walks off.
Yeah, that was wild to me.
And then this is the episode
With the tickling videos. Sorry, what?
Yeah. So when Kev starts it first, and then he brings Fangs along.
Yeah, because Fangs wants to get back together.
Yeah.
And
so
then
they start
he's
doing
like,
these fucking
I'd be more happy with you. What?
They start doing these fucking tickle videos.
No.
And then I put, it feels illegal. He's a minor basically doing fantasy porn.
Yeah, and I'm
I
gonna
was
get
just
$5,000 for it?
For each video? What? Hiram serves Veronica with a warrant and then smashes all her rum at Le Bonnuit /
Yeah.
dance club.
I don't understand why he wants to destroy his own child so much. I mean, much less a child in general.
He's just a menace.
But doesn't he still own Le Bon Nuit? So why
I don't
the
know.
fucking fuck are you trying to...
At this point, I don't know. Especially in season 5, I don't know. I don't know who
either.
owns what anymore.
No.
Cheryl and Veronica opened the Maple Club to serve the rum.
Right.
They make it into the rum club.
So Penelope went back to run it.
Yeah. And she has to wear a mask the whole time.
Yeah,
Like,
that
we
was-
know who that is.
Yeah.
We know who that is.
It's funny, but it doesn't really do it.
We find out that Frank decided to steal $200 to gamble so that he could pay these people's Christmas bonus. And then he gets fucking $10,000 from $200. In what world?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't...
And your chances are slim to none, sir.
Yeah. Unless he only stole $200, but he also had, something. I don't know.
I don't know.
But, no.
The Yale recruiter goes to the quiz show, and Betty's mom gets her the answers?
Okay.
Miss Cooper, come
Yeah.
on.
No.
Come on.
No.
In what world?
But Betty saves the show because she's a car girl.
And then they do the Mean Girls line, and she's like, the limit does not exist.
Oh my
I was like, are you
God.
fucking shitting me?
Oh my, I don't know.
But they win. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, and then when they, Alice gets fired from her reporting job that she's apparently always wanted.
Oh yeah, because she did the quiz answers or whatever.
Yeah, and then the Quillen schools, 2 members can duel each other.
Oh yeah, that duel. What the fuck? Because then that whole duel takes place in the next episode, but we get the
yeah, we find out that they can
and
duel.
that they're going to, and I'm like,
What is this?
what?
And then we find out that Betty and Archie are a thing.
Oh yeah.
They start flirting it up.
Which is just so weird to me.
Yes.
Because he was so turned off by her just a few moments ago.
It was Miss Grundy. Is it Grundy?
I guess.
Whatever it is.
Okay.
Season 4, episode 12, Veronica says, New York is my town, to her parents.
I just can't take her anymore. I can't.
Ma'am, you haven't lived there for 4 years. What the fuck are you talking about?
I just can't deal with her. She's too fucking much.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on.
Kevin Fang starts a side hustle, which is the tickling videos.
Oh my god.
Where apparently they're making more money than they used to when they ran drugs.
Oh, thank God. if we're gonna do something shady, let's just make porn. So then I think we get into the duel.
Yeah, but before that, I want to say, Brett is filing a restraining order against Betty.
Oh, that's right. I didn't write that down.
I wrote it down because it was like, well, that's a little much.
He's just crazy at this point.
You can see the entitlement.
Yes, and I just can't. Him and Veronica, they just bother me because they're so
like,
fucking entitled.
It's him, Nick St. Clair, and Veronica.
Yeah.
I can see it all.
That they're just entitled and they have such a fucking attitude, and I just don't want to watch them on my TV anymore.
And it's so weird because you don't get that energy from Emilio, whatever his name is.
Oh, because he's just a fucking dick. But
yeah, but
he
you
doesn't
don't
act
get that
entitled.
same. Yeah.
So this duel is going to consist of 3 events: a brawl, fencing, and chess.
Where did Jug learn how to fence?
What? Like,
no. I don't understand. But apparently, so the things that they're fighting over, the Quill and Skull are the people that choose what they have to do. Because when they're in that room, he says, like, a game of chess, a fight. And the other kids suggest it.
Well, Jug suggests the fight, the, like, brawl or whatever, and then the other 2 are, like, fencing and chess. Yeah. I don't. What?
Betty seems to have forgiven her mom, and now they're working together.
Yeah. Again, they're just back and forth.
Oh, and then we get this random outside fucking storyline that Frank's fellow veteran friend is a killer and a murderer, and he's going around killing everybody on the squad that they were, like, in the unit, like.
Yeah, because freaking, I was like, Archie, why are you opening your house to a stranger? And then I was like, this man is murdering his friends? Like, literally one right after the other.
It doesn't make any sense.
What? Y'all survived war together, and you're gonna go murder him years and years later. What the fuck?
Why is someone after Frank, and then it's like the serpents are back and are helping?
Oh my god.
What the fuck are the serpents doing? Like,
I don't understand when the serpents are and aren't a thing.
Oh, and then, again, Nick St. Clair shows the fuck back up. Like, sir,
my god.
Everybody in this town hates you. You've been almost murdered multiple times. What the fuck are you doing back?
Why? Yeah.
In what world?
Why? Learn your lesson.
Mr. Chippings, we find out Mr. Chippings is the reason Moose went to Stonewall.
Yeah, and he has a wife.
Yeah. But he had an affair with Donna.
What? I just have so many questions.
Oh, and then I think Brett admits to having the video, and I put Brett has child porn.
Oh, yeah.
Literally minors.
Oh, my
Why does he have
God.
so much fucking... No.
So, I did say when we saw Moose, I was like,
he goes by a new name. What's his new name?
Probably is like his last name or something.
I don't know.
But it's not Marmaduke. I just was like, this army uniform looks so fake. Like, not even TV show fake. Like,
it kind of reminded me of, like, the uniforms that they wore in, what is it? Captain America, like the Avengers, like very, very old, like, costumey.
No, I think you're thinking of Archie.
Oh, yeah, I am thinking about Archie.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Cut that out.
No, it's okay. I know what you mean. But just because he's wearing what's like the everyday that they wear to work.
Yeah.
And I was like, it looked like a cartoon print. I don't know.
It kind of looked like it kind of reminded me of the Top Gun, where it's that other type of camo.
Yeah. Who uses that though? Is it the Air Force? Or no, that would be the Navy. Top Gun is the Navy. I don't know. It's not the Marines, because I know what the Marines looks like, and I think it's just gross. Like, the colors are just off. I'm like, why? Who picked these colors? But anyways, regardless, we're supposed to believe Moose is in the Army. That looks nothing like an Army uniform.
He doesn't even graduate high school. Straight to the Army.
Yeah, what the fuck? But the same thing for Archie here at the end of this season. Yeah. What the fuck? Okay.
We have the Katie Keene cameo.
Ew. Lucy's acting just feels so forced and fake.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like
one
that's
it
the type
does.
of actor she is.
No.
Or actress, but
No, in this one she
Whatever.
definitely does.
okay.
Forsyth the Third wins the fight.
Yes.
And then they put a fucking dead snake in his room?
What the fuck? Just what the fuck?
Also, why are you literally, like, fucking around with the actual gang member?
I know! And, like, I don't understand why they care so much about this guy.
I don't either. Oh, and this is the worst part. We find out. So, the veteran friend that's trying to kill people escapes the jail. And then, again, where the fuck is the school security?
Yeah.
He's just chilling in the bathroom, waiting for Archie to come in.
And then I said, why does a stranger want to kill Archie?
Yeah.
Sure, okay, you have a vendetta against these men you knew and fought with. Doesn't make sense, but fine. Now you're mad at one of their nephews?
Literally a teenager. You snuck into their high school, hid in the bathroom until he came in. Yeah, you didn't even know he was gonna come in. Everything is so wrong with this episode.
What?
And then the way he like tosses Kevin so easily, I was cracking the fuck up.
This fight, no, too much.
And then all of a sudden, fucking Frank shows up, and he was like, "I knew I had to come back." How did you know he was gonna be in the high school?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
I just can't. And then we find out that Brett wants the Baxter Brothers book contract.
Okay, who doesn't? Fair, but
Yeah, but like
at the same time,
that's the reason why he's dueling him. That's
Yeah.
what he wants.
yeah, exactly.
And then Betty and her mom sneak into the Quillen School's little dungeon area, whatever the fuck that is.
Oh.
I don't know where that's at. Like, is that just at
No.
the school? There's like a secret room. But she finds the tapes. They don't tell us what's on these tapes. Not yet. But we find the tapes.
Mhm.
And then Brett calls Betty Ponytail.
Oh my god.
Which, like, it's hilarious. And I love it. But it's just... like, what are you doing, your ponytail?
Yeah.
Jug loses the chess match.
Yeah.
But, like, he gives up. Like, he doesn't even, like, lose.
Yeah.
He just gives up.
Yeah.
And then Kev, Fangs, and TT work together to get back at Nick St. Clair for Cheryl. And they, like, drug him and make a tickle video with him.
But they make him think he had a gay threesome.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I did not. What the fuck? But Fangs without his shirt was also nice to look at.
Mm-hmm. Not gonna lie. Kept it good.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, dude. And then also, like, this happened, like, freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this happened so long ago.
Yeah, we're so
like,
mad about it.
Like, I get it, yes.
I don't get why the four of them were then in Cheryl's bed watching it together. I'm like, that's like crossing a weird line.
Yeah. And then at the end, Betty is watching the tape that she took, and it's Donna's video.
Yeah.
And we find out that it's a rehearsed
Yep.
confession.
Yep. We knew it.
And that it wasn't really Mr. Clippings that she was doing it with.
Yes. Also, Hiram is sick in this video, or this
Is it this
episode. I wrote it, yeah.
Oh,
Because I said bullshit. I don't believe it at all.
I didn't write that down. I didn't think it was that. What the fuck?
I only wrote it down because I think it's bullshit. I think it's because the way it's just like casually introduced. Because I think this is when he hasn't told Veronica yet. It's when Hermosa tells her,
Oh, maybe.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
then I think he sent Hermosa there to tell her so that she believes it more.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all a ploy against Veronica, and I just don't believe it
I
at
don't
all.
understand it.
Anyways,
So season 4, episode 13. Unless you have anything else for episode.
no, I don't.
Okay. Episode 13, we find out Archie really wants to go to college, but he also might fail 12th grade. Which, like, I understand, but, like, how
You
are they
ran
all...
away! You ran away!
And
So done with Archie.
He's literally living in the forest, attacked by a fucking bear.
You were cleared of everything, and you ran the fuck away with Jughead.
I just wrote down Veronica and Archie, question mark.
Yeah, they're gonna do it in the music room. Gross.
Jughead is kicked out of the Quill and Skulls.
Yeah,
and
Betty got him kicked out.
They want his fucking contract.
Yeah, they do. Betty got him kicked out for snooping, and now he's losing his contract too.
And then we cut to them being at the dance club, and Hermosa is wearing a blonde wig. What is with this family and fucking blonde wigs? I don't understand. And then someone calls Jug Jarhead.
Oh, I loved that.
I don't remember.
Also, when her sister's wearing a wig, Veronica is there with Archie, and she boos him for having a job because she's like, "No, let's stay and party," and he's like, "No, I have work in the morning," and she's like, "Boo, bitch!
We don't all have a father that's rich.
We don't all were handed Pop's chocolate shop to make our own money."
But even then, she wasn't even handed it.
Well, yeah, she never actually got it, but still.
This season.
I just hate Veronica.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Jug
gets accused of plagiarism as well.
Oh, yeah. And the way they do it is they steal his laptop.
Mm-hmm. And they give him a new one.
Yeah.
So they steal his old one that has the original date, and then they give him a new one so when he would bring it up, it has the, like, current date.
Yeah, but even then, like, when you transfer documents over, it's still going to have the original date.
Is it?
I think so. I don't know how that shit works. I don't transfer shit.
I don't either.
And then I wrote, why do they want him out so bad?
Yeah, which we kind of learned by the end.
Yeah.
But at the same time, not really.
No.
Like, we'll get there when we get there, because I have a lot to say on that, but it doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
I'm also dying right now because my dyslexia was acting up real bad.
Uh-oh.
I said, why do they want him out so dad? I wrote Veronica's flask. Who the fuck has a flask?
Honestly. Oh my god. And then Hiram, I have a quote from him. Prepare to get eaten. I don't remember who he was threatening. But I was like, I don't think that's the threat to use, my man.
Betty and Jug, I put squirrel and Q because I got tired of writing Quill and Skull, squirrel and Q, to take a polygraph test. Like they're just chilling in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, take this bitch.
Oh yeah.
And then Betty says, "You think I don't know that bitch?" Which I love Betty in this season.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get on board with that.
I feel like she's coming more into her herself
mm-hmm.
in this season than all the other ones, because I feel like in the other one she's kind of like held back. She's a little more quiet, and this one she's like standing up for herself a little bit more.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Dula Pipa, I don't remember what. I think it's just her music playing.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say I don't remember much about that, but that makes sense.
And then so Cheryl and Tone, whatever is it Tony Topaz, right?
Yeah.
I keep getting her confused with the freaking book.
Oh, our next book tea.
So they take Veronica's sister to the Maple Club because the sister doesn't think that they know who she is, but like it's literally just a wig. You're not Hannah Montana.
Oh my god, yeah, I do not understand this wig bullshit. People like think it gives them a whole new identity.
But they take her to the Maple Club, and then Veronica like snatches the fuck out of that wig, which I'm here for.
Yeah.
Like that wig snatch? Yes, I'm here for it. And then Betty decides to sneak back into the Quill and Skull dungeon, and all the confession tapes are gone.
Gone!
Where did they go? We find out all of the classmates Ghost wrote the new edition or whatever.
Oh, that's right, the other four.
They're all
or
working
whatever.
together.
Yeah.
And then he confesses that he did tape them doing it. And then Brett really thinks that the sex tapes will haunt her for the rest of her life. But like her dad is literally a serial killer.
That's literally, I said that because she goes on to say like, bitch, I'm the daughter of the Black Hood.
Like,
And I was just like, whoa, we were just practically breaking up with Jughead because he was using your trauma to write about it, which, like, fair, but also at the same time, you can't just be going around being like,
yeah.
I'm the daughter of the Black Hood.
Yeah.
It either is or isn't bothersome for you.
Yeah. But I think it's just funny because he tried to use that as leverage against her, and she was like, dude,
Yeah.
I already didn't get into Yale because of my dad. Like,
Yeah.
you think this is going to affect me? No. And then Jug proclaims he's going to leave the school.
Yes.
And then he says he loves Betty, and it's like weird vibes when he says he loves Betty. It's like he's saying goodbye.
Yeah.
And then they go to this like final...
The party in the woods.
Yeah, and then you see Jug putting on his serpent jacket and then taking the bunny mask.
Yeah. Which then Brett says, the bunny and I have some unfinished business when it gets to the party.
Yeah, so Betty and Jug invite Veronica and Archie to this party, and then Veronica and Archie abandon Betty at the party that she knows nobody at to go have sex in the woods.
To go fuck in the woods.
Like, in no world am I gonna abandon my friend at a party she knows nobody at.
No.
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 Yes.
And then Betty goes into the woods looking for Jug,
Yeah.
and she follows Donna into the woods.
Yes.
And Donna says that she went to go see Evelyn Evanever at Shankshaw.
Yeah.
And apparently she gave her another secret word.
Yeah, how many trigger words did Evelyn make for Betty? And why?
For what?
Leave her alone.
Also, if it's not tangerine, then what is it, like pineapple? Like, what is
Yeah.
the other word?
Or no, this time it's like onion. Like, what do you mean?
I put, where's Charles? Where he at? Like, he's just disappeared from the series for a little bit.
Yeah, he did, that's true.
I put, how are they back? I don't understand what I wrote that about.
Betty and Veronica and Archie.
Probably. I don't know.
Anyways.
And then it cuts to the scene where Betty is standing over Jughead's body with a bloody rock in her hand.
Yes.
And then, presumably, he's dead.
Yes.
Jughead is dead.
And then episode 14 starts, and Jughead is narrating his own murder, which I was literally living for. Because he's already been the narrator of the whole show, and to have him narrating his own murder,
Yeah.
obsessed.
I didn't really write a lot on this one. I wrote a lot for episode 15, but 14 I didn't have that much. I put, they all got home half naked.
Yeah.
Like, in what world?
Yeah, because they had... And why are all the parents awake at that time? What?
They couldn't sleep. They're trying to wait for their kids to get back.
I guess.
They're trying to get their story straight about what happened. Betty says she didn't kill Jug, but everything's pointing that she
Right.
is.
Right.
The Navy lady is back.
Oh. And is she dating Mary?
Yeah, this is the same episode.
Yeah, I was saying.
This is the episode we find out that Archie's mom, I don't know if she's a lesbian or bi.
Whatever, yeah.
Regardless,
She
she's
just
dating the Navy lady.
Came out of nowhere to me.
Yeah.
We find out they told Charles. Which doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, like Charles is helping Betty lie. You're an FBI agent, sir. You have an oath. Like,
Yeah,
hello.
I don't know.
And then Hiram wants to update his will
Oh my
because of
God.
his sickness.
The literal drama with Veronica and that whole thing is so annoying. Donna and Brett are gaslighting Betty when she goes there to like clean up that room, his room.
Yeah, I put the Stonewall Preppies know what to do. I don't know.
Yeah, well I think they brought up Dark Betty.
No, oh, I don't know what that's about. But then Veronica's talking to Archie about the whole thing, and she says that Betty can go crazy because of the whole.
Yeah.
What the? What's his name?
Chuck.
The whole Chuck situation, which I didn't. I was like, okay. And then Betty goes to see fucking Evelyn Never.
Yeah.
Never. Like, why are
Why?
these children going to the prison to go talk to people?
I don't. Yeah. No. Why? Archie goes to Stonewall to start a fight
With the bulldogs.
because, and I don't understand that because it was, I haven't heard from him to he's dead and we need to punch your guts out. What? Like,
Yeah, I don't understand that part.
what the fuck? And
then Jughead's phone is in Betty's pocket.
yeah.
And
What?
then, is he really dead?
Yeah.
Honestly, I was kind of lost at this point. I didn't know what was happening.
No, me too. And then, how did she not notice that the preppies put her phone, his phone
Right?
in
Like,
her pocket?
I check my pockets constantly. I
Yeah.
don't understand.
I don't.
And then,
What?
Charles is helping Betty, and they do, like, hypnotherapy or whatever
Mhm.
to try to see if she can remember anything. And then we find out that Donna drugged Betty
Yeah, with dragon's breath.
with devil's breath.
Oh, whatever.
It's the real name of the drug is scamolapine. I don't know, but this drug is a real drug, and it doesn't work the way that they make it seem like it works. So you're still pretty you still know what you're doing, but if someone suggests something to you, you're more likely to do it.
Yeah.
There's a whole Vice video on it that I watched like years ago, but this lady that was some guy asked her to read like some newspaper, and he like opened it up, and he was like, oh, let's go to your bank and take out all your money. And so he took all her money, like she just gave it to him. She was like, oh, do you want to come to my house and take all my stuff too? And yeah, but like the amount of drug that's shown that she's like blowing or whatever, she could have overdosed real easily with this actual drug. But yeah, there's a Vice video on it if you really want to watch it. It's
Not
pretty
really.
interesting. And it like comes from a tree that's like commonly grown around like parts of I don't know if it's Colombia or where it's at, but it's just like grown on trees like in the streets.
No, that's freaking me out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I wrote, Donna is batshit crazy.
Yeah, dude, she was like losing her fucking marbles.
And then
They send the fake rock with the fake blood. I'd say they don't even look alike, but okay.
they have a search party for Jug in the forest at night.
Mm-hmm.
And then Donna is scared of Betty.
She's just doing the most. Not
Yeah.
Donna. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And then episode 15, Betty gets a call from Yale, and they're like, oh, a spot opened up. And so she takes Jughead's spot at Yale.
Yeah.
And then in episode 15, Alice is making a documentary
Oh my
about the
God.
whole situation.
Oh my god. I cannot take that woman.
No.
That's basically like almost your son.
Yeah.
You're dating her dad. You share a son.
Yes.
Like, what?
And then I put, how does Brett know that Betty got into Yale?
Yeah, I don't know. He's doing the most.
I put Archie covering up, LOL. I think somebody walks into the room and he like covers up or something like that.
Yes, because Veronica and Archie are in the bed and Hermosa comes in.
Oh yeah, and then he's just like,
He just slowly, he's like, have we even met?
like, sir.
Hermosa has problems though.
Oh, yeah. FP gets a warrant to search Shauna's room. They find Archie's Squall and Quinn, whatever the fuck is, pin or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Archie, Veronica, and Betty get arrested, and then we find out they wanted to get arrested. Like, this was their whole plan.
Right. Oh, I have this quote from FP. While he's searching the room, he's talking to Donna, and he says, "You guess, that's weak sauce, kid."
I don't know why I didn't write that down.
What the fuck?
But then Betty gets out of jail, and Alice tells Betty, "I know you did it."
I can't stand that bitch. Oh my
I
god.
don't know.
Probably because she also has some entitlement in her bones.
And then Cheryl is talking to Betty, and she goes, "I'm sorry I called Jughead a hobo."
That's all this bitch has to fucking say about a dead man. I'm sorry I called him a hobo.
And then Donna and Brett come to the funeral.
Why did they go? Why did they go? They did not like him.
I
They
don't
wanted him gone.
Also, how did they know the address to Betty's house?
There's no, I mean, maybe they got the funeral invite like from the
I don't know.
internet, because you know you
Oh,
usually
yeah,
publish
yeah.
an obituary.
Mm.
No. And it's not Betty's address. It's the Joneses' address.
Oh, yeah.
FP was going to make me cry at that funeral talking about Jug.
Oh, yeah. All sad.
And then Hiram comes up and fires my man. At his own son's funeral.
Not after, not nothing.
He barely let the man's eyes dry after being like, yeah, that's my boy.
But then also at this funeral, Gladys is nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Your son is dead.
No.
Where are you at, Gladys?
And so
Come
the
on.
preppies burst in and they try to open the fucking casket.
And then the serpents stop him, and they're like, no, it's fucking tradition. Something, something, something.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know. And then I put, what is up with Hermosa's problem?
I said this too!
Like, Hermosa just has like this vendetta against Veronica.
For what? Because she actually had her parents around? Sorry. Maybe you shouldn't be someone's little side piece.
Yeah. And then
God.
Jellybean asks, who? Did someone ask her? Or, I don't know. And she asks, is Jughead alive?
Because Donna is going around because I also said, Kevin, why are you listening to Donna? Donna's talking to anyone who will listen
Yeah.
that Betty did this.
Oh,
What is that about? Why? Let these people fucking grieve, bitch.
I wrote best senior prank. I don't remember that.
I don't remember what it was, but that definitely did happen this episode.
Yeah. And then Betty and Archie kissing, and Cheryl takes a photo of them.
Yeah. What is her problem? But then I had a very good feeling this was fake because not right then, but then Veronica comes into the big common room and is like,
Yeah.
"What are you two?" Da, 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 da. Like,
Yeah, I put Betty.
she's fucking
Yeah.
screaming and all this shit, and I'm like, nah, it's fake. Something's going on. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Because I put the fight with them feels very out of character.
Yes.
Which it felt like really like fabricated and made up.
Yes.
Which I don't see how anybody else there didn't see it.
No.
And then we find out that people didn't like Betty and Jug together.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny to me. Like, okay.
But also, I was just like, why did you tell her that while she's grieving?
Yeah.
I know she's like kissing Archie, but she's still grieving. Why are you
Yeah.
telling her that?
And then Donna shows up at the school. Like, ma'am, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
Dude.
And then apparently Donna has watched the sex tape.
I said Donna is gross.
Yeah, who? Like, in what world? Ma'am. No.
Someone I remotely know, I don't even want to know what they're doing with their partner. Let alone like someone I'm enemies with or friends
No.
with, whatever the fuck they are, frenemies. No.
No. And then Donna follows Betty into the bunker where she finds Betty and Archie like all up on each other while Jughead is underneath them.
Yeah.
And then Donna's like, no, there was 3 people there. There was 3
Because there was
milkshakes."
3 milkshakes. No.
No. And then she's like, no, that's Jughead's favorite place to eat.
That's the
Yes.
only place to eat.
Literally.
It's the only.
Oh, and then they do like a camera pan of the whole like bunker. When did the bunker get a toilet?
I feel like it has.
Plumbing.
I feel like it has always been there because if you think about it, that bunker was probably built for like World Wars.
Yeah, but I was just like,
But
they've never showed it before. All of a sudden it's there.
But like, yeah.
I was just so confused. I put there performing. I don't know what that was recording.
I don't either. But I thought the fact that the beanie saved Jug's life was so cute.
Oh,
and
we
then she
didn't
makes
say
him
that.
A new one.
We didn't say that. Jughead is alive.
Well, you
We find out
basically
he's
did
alive.
because you said he was under the bed.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He was hiding in the bunker the whole time.
Yes,
he's
in the
We
bunker.
find out the beanie saved his life.
Yes. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, go get her.
Got it.
Good job.
Okay.
A beanie saved his life.
And she made him a new one.
I thought that was cute. And then everybody knew, like parents-wise.
Sort of. I did write down who it was because they told
Oh,
Charles
I didn't.
initially, then they told FP
Yes.
as the sheriff when they got the fake rock, or when they wanted to do the fake rock. Betty brought FP in on it. Then Jellybean figured it out when she asked for the fake blood.
Yes.
which is also the part where she asks if Jughead's alive when they've like flashed back.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's why she asked. When there's this big dramatic scene, because I wrote it down and then I just scratched it out, but it was during, oh, okay, it's during episode 14. I said, Archie's mom is crying, and he gets up to open the curtains. Right after he opens the curtains, he tells Mary what's going on because he couldn't lie to her anymore. And the last person was the coroner because he gave him a sedative so that he would look dead.
Yes.
And then that's who have all been helping them pull it off.
Yes.
But they did not fool Donna. And Donna killed Jonathan. And then Hermosa comes in and says, I've got big news on Donna. What, bitch?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. And then we find out that Betty and Archie actually like each other.
Oh my god, I hate that.
Like
No.
No.
I don't ever think Betty and Jug made a whole lot of sense. But I do believe that she used him to get over Archie. No.
Yeah, I don't know. And then they say, like, we're going to force the stones to crack, referring to the Stonewall Preppies. And then he's like, he's dead. We killed him. We find out that Donna is, like, the brains before this whole fucking operation. And then at the end, I put Donna is what? Huh? Like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
For these next 2 episodes, I didn't write a lot.
I have like a decent amount.
But I literally have like half a page for both of them. Episode 16.
That's when we get the whole rundown of how they brought them in.
Yes.
Like in the
that's why I
last
didn't write that.
episode,
Yeah.
they just listed who knows, and then they get the whole rundown. But
Archie and Veronica fake broke up, which like I
yeah.
don't understand how that was a whole. That just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah. And then Jughead just walks into the Stonewall class. What is your strategy?
I don't know.
Whatever. But then we start learning about why they're doing this, why they invite Moose, and why then they invited Jughead.
Yeah.
Because for centuries now, they invite Riverdale kids to be the victim of their like wherever they need to murder people to get the like book contract basically.
Yeah.
Just
they have to create
wild.
like the perfect murder and get away with it.
Exactly. In order to be the next Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
So what?
I don't know. And then it cuts back to the scene where they find Jughead laying there, and then all of a sudden they can trust Charles, and they call him. And then I wrote, the ambulance is so old.
Yeah.
I don't know what type.
Maybe
it
the
is.
quiz show wasn't a theme. It was just the 70s.
Yeah. But I don't know.
No, I don't know either.
We find out that the professor that's currently there, the one that was the other ghostwriter for the books, find out that he killed all the other members of his like Quill and Skulls thing or whatever. And then we find out that FP's dad left because he was scared for his family and he was being threatened.
Yeah.
Like that was so sad.
Yeah, I said FP the First is a bad dad only because of Stonewall.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. So then.
And then we find out one of the Stonewall Preppies, which is, we thought, at first Donna makes us think that Brett is the one with diplomatic immunity, but then we find out that it's not him, and it's somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't remember that girl.
That girl.
I don't know who that girl is.
No, I don't either.
And then I wrote FP2 and FP3 beat the fuck out of Brett.
Yeah. DuPont was gonna get arrested, and then he jumps out the window. Instead.
Kills himself. Dead. And then we find out that Donna's grandmother was also killed by DuPont.
She's
And
just
that
crying and lying.
we find out that Donna's grandmother wrote
Yes.
the Tracy True books that Betty loved.
Yes.
And then we get Cheryl saying, no one, is it Cheryl? No one really dies in Riverdale.
I wrote that too.
And then I put, huh? Jason? Hello? Like,
yeah, I didn't really get that.
I don't know. But episode 16 is just like giving the backstory of how they did it all.
Yeah, there's not much to it.
And then episode 17 is a musical.
So much atrocious. It's fucking terrible. We get a third round of videotape.
Oh yeah, there's more videotapes showing up. We find out that Jug also might fail and he has to catch up. But he wasn't gone for as long as Archie.
I think the reason he's gonna fail is because they don't know if his credits will transfer.
But that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, in what world are they not going to transfer? It's high schools.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
only because it's private to public, I think.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jug is going to help Charles find out like where these tapes are coming from,
Yeah.
and then Kev finds out he can't do Hedwig because it's not appropriate.
Honey is power hungry.
Yeah, and then the Archie's band.
Oh my god. That's the best you had? I wrote that. I was like, the Archies.
I
What?
prefer the Pussycats over there.
Well, and I'm like, are you trying to be like your dad who did the Fred heads? But at least it's a fucking pun.
Yeah.
You aren't doing shit with your
Yeah.
name, sir.
And then they have a sleepover where it's all the girls, including Cheryl
Yeah.
and Kev. And I put, this feels like very out of place.
Yeah, it didn't, and then they start singing a song and they're just transporting between everyone's bedrooms.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that at all.
No. I put that Betty looks like Alice with her hair down.
Yeah, she does. I agree.
Like a lot.
I think they did really good with that casting.
Yeah. Again, Betty and Archie like each other. I put Jug singing is cringe and I hate it.
I literally said Jug can't sing.
Yeah, they try to make him have like a deep sound, and I was just not here for it.
I think Veronica is being very irrational. Archie has no place to force Hiram to do anything because she gets very upset that he's working out at the gym and Archie did not say anything to her.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, Hiram said like da 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 da, and she's like, who gives a fuck what Hiram says? Like,
Yeah.
he needs to be forced to go to the doctor, and like that is not
No.
Archie's place at all.
No.
It's barely yours, ma'am.
And then Betty and Archie kiss. Why are you kissing?
I just fucking can't.
And so because they can't do Hedwig at the school, Le Bon Louis puts on the variety show.
Okay.
I want to ask you this. Who do you think is the best singer of the whole cast?
I don't even know because I think in like real life I would have a different answer because they make some of them sing weird. Like
Yeah.
Cheryl always has to sing way low and stuff. I guess if we're going like for the characters, I don't hate when Betty or Veronica sing.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, yeah, that's who I was going.
But only because I don't hate it. I would
Yeah,
not like.
it's
if we
not like
made
the
an
best.
album.
No.
I would not buy
No.
it. I would not listen to it. Okay.
And then all of a sudden, Jug knows how to play the drums.
Yeah, and then we're like performing downstairs, and then all of a sudden we're on the roof of Pops.
Yeah. I said, what the fuck is this scene? They're on top of Pops, and the whole town is there.
Everyone is there. Why did Archie still have his guitar on him? No one else is playing any music. Ugh.
And then all of a sudden, they're all wearing jackets. They're on top of Pops wearing jackets.
What the fuck?
And then at the end of this one, we get the Jug and Betty impersonation tape.
Oh yeah, because I said, what the fuck is this video? And I was like, literally sitting here, I'm like, what's that about? Yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah, so we get a video of.
And they're wearing masks.
It's like it's like somebody wearing a Jughead shirt and a mask, and then you get a Betty impersonator with the mask of Betty, comes in and hits Jug in the head with a rock.
And the masks are what their cartoons look like in Archie comics.
Yes.
Which is super weird to me.
Yes.
Okay, episode 18. Archie is stuck on Betty. And then I was like, so is Betty still into him? Because,
yeah.
Archie's making it clear, like, he's stuck on her, but he's single now. So, What?
I-
Anyways.
I wrote that Charles calls Jug little brother, and that just felt so off to me because, like, literally, like, it's just weird.
You
I
guys
hated it.
haven't been that, like, at all.
No, but even then, it's like Betty's sitting next to him, and that's also his little sister. So I'm like, this is just gross
Yeah.
and weird. I
Yeah,
don't like
reminding
this.
us of all these overlapping strings, it's too much.
Yeah. And then Veronica and Cheryl want to make maple claw, which I want to try that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I want to try that. Maple claw? Reg says something, he said, no, that's why I'm broke. Don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, Reggie.
And then, I didn't write their names down, but they, like, mention them by their last name, but every time I mention them, I just put the, Maple Moonshine people.
Oh.
They come in and they're like, oh, you're taking over our scene that's college students.
Yeah, I didn't get that because, like,
But why is this business so serious? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense.
and like, how do you think normal business transactions go? It's not like,
if your product's
fucking-
good, it's gonna be good.
yeah.
I kind of like Betty and Archie together, but y'all are both in relationships.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I don't know how I feel about Betty and Archie, honestly. It still just feels weird because of how they played it out leading up to this point.
Yes.
Of like, Archie's not at all into her, and then all of a sudden he's like in love with her.
Yeah.
What? But I think it's because Archie and Veronica don't make any sense together, and he's like realizing like they're just trauma bonded, like we've been talking about. But I don't know why his new fixation is Betty. And fucking, he's had so many at this point.
I don't.
Why does he think
I-
Betty's different?
I don't know.
I said Ethel is still around.
Ethel.
What
I
happened?
put Ethel suspect.
Yeah.
I hate these tickle videos.
Yeah.
And then Reg said this is gonna pay for our community college.
Yeah. And so then he's trying to get his whole team on it and the cheerleaders.
Oh yeah, I put the Bulldogs and the Vixens do tickle videos.
What?
I don't know. And then the Moonshiners attack the Maple Club, and but Veronica is dumb. She's dumb.
Yes, I agree. I don't understand why Cheryl is so upset about her mother getting hurt. I thought we hated her.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares?
Hiram, with his sickness, fights the Moonshine guys, or the Moonshine guy,
Mhm.
and then he ends up getting beat up because he doesn't want to shoot him. And then
Yeah.
there's this whole drama that goes down with the tickle business, which I honestly don't remember how that ends.
No, I don't either. I just wrote, what the fuck? The tickle guy is gonna break Kev's fingers?
Right? I wrote that too, for 40%, but then I don't remember hearing how that ends.
No, I don't know how it ends. I have no idea. Ethel got Jug and Betty's sex tape at this store, this movie store, and they sell homemade porn that they'll buy from you, and then they also buy snuff films
Yes. And
that you can then rent and watch.
yeah, so they have a video of Jason's death.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and then I put, why are the Bulldogs a gang?
A gang?
They basically act like one. Like,
Oh, I think that's just because they had to match the serpent's energy for so long.
probably. I don't know, but they're basically a gang. And then they're part of a tickling ring.
This fucking tickling thing, I can't take.
And then the cringe just gets worse from here. Archie wrote Betty a song?
Yes!
No.
Yes! No. Cheryl leaves Veronica, so can she still make maple rum?
I also had that question. I didn't understand. What's happening to Maple Claw? We find out Archie wants to join the army.
Yeah, no, Navy, but
The Navy.
yes.
Army, Navy.
Yes.
Same diff. Whatever it is. He wants to go away. Mr. Honey goes to the Scarlet Room, which is the movie plays.
Oh my god. I was like, that's so sus, so gross.
Yeah, and like this whole time we've been
Mhm.
thinking about like he gives us this weird vibe, and it's like, well, no wonder he gives us a weird
He's
vibe.
probably fucking buying snuff films.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We find out Hiram killed the Moonshine dad,
Yes.
and then we find out that the sex tape that Jughead and Betty are in is called Ponytail Playmate.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. But when Hiram, we find out he kills the guy, but right before that, Veronica likes her dad again because he didn't kill him.
Yeah.
Then we reveal that he actually did kill him. And I'm like, what the fucking fuck, you guys?
Hiram
Stop
is a
going
mess.
back and forth
Yeah.
on your parents. You either hate them or you don't. They've done enough that you can't go back and forth.
I know.
Him not killing one person makes up for everything else? No. I don't believe it.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
And then at the end, Cheryl gets another tape, but this time instead of it being just outside of her house, it's a reenactment of Jason Blossom's death.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Episode 19, the last one.
For this season.
How do you just cancel a yearbook?
Honestly, like that's not a
What?
thing. And he's like, "You're 2 days late, sir. She's been through a fucking lot. Like, what do you mean?"
And as a person who deals with print deadlines, there's flexibility.
Yes.
That's why they put the deadline when they put the deadline, so that when some
Yeah.
bullshit comes up, it can be adjusted.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He's like, "No, it's the principle about the thing."
So then Veronica is gonna pay for them.
Yeah. And then we
But
find out
she just had to get a loan from her dad. Anyways, okay.
I don't know.
Sorry.
No, I
What?
get what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense. She's like, "Oh, I have the money if you want it," but she literally just asked her dad for money.
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay.
Jug gets accepted into the University of Iowa because apparently they have a really good creative writing thing.
I know, but why all of a sudden can we say this university's name?
Right?
And also, is Riverdale in Iowa?
I don't know.
Because that would kind of
I
make
don't know.
sense for Chicago and Toledo, Ohio.
That's true.
But also kind of not. I don't know.
Also, speaking about distance, I thought Stonewall Prep was like far away. It's not. It's like the town next over. I always
Yeah.
thought it was like far away because they were like, "Oh, we're gonna long distance it. We're just gonna see each other on weekends." I'm like,
Yeah.
"You live like 20 minutes away." Like,
Yeah,
calm down.
that's true.
Um.
We're calling it Ticklegate. Sorry.
So they want to scare Mr. Honey. They plan it. They want to maple board him.
Yeah.
And then Betty being saying she just wants to kill him.
Yeah.
I'm so
I just
confused.
can't.
That's so out of character for her. Whoever wrote this episode, no.
Yeah, that felt weird. That felt wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't get that at all. Now, I thought the two storylines was interesting. I don't know that I liked it,
Yeah.
but I thought it was very interesting. Riverdale hasn't done this yet, where
Yes.
like two alternative universes occurring
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah, I like that, but I didn't like
But
that
also,
Betty was like, "We should
Right.
kill him."
right. It was, I think what I didn't like, well, no, I didn't like that at all. I did not like how they were writing Betty at all this episode. I think what I didn't like is like, I wanted it to just be two alternate paths of the way they handled it. But
Yeah.
instead, this other thing is a live action of the novel Jughead's writing.
Yes. I forgot about that.
I didn't like that. I thought that ruined it for me.
Yes. So they glue Mr. Honey to his chair.
Yeah, that's a good senior prank. Well deserved.
And then someone gets the tape of Midge's death
Oh, yeah.
and the recreation of it. Kevin, we find out that Kev and Archie helped Reg glue the principal down.
Oh, yeah.
And then Mr. Honey cancels fucking prom.
Yeah!
And then we find out he's canceled prom at every school he's ever taught at.
That's ridiculous.
I'm sorry, like, is he jealous of these teenagers that want prom?
Yeah, Honey hates prom. Got it. Like, so the
Uh,
students bring their parents in, which
But
I
I
just
like that.
genius.
Yeah, I like that the parents gang up to help
That
them
was
with
amazing.
prom.
Yes, because then we get that slow mo of the moms coming up the hallway.
Oh yeah,
I
and
was
like
like,
their little heels.
I was like, what's that sound? She's like, beautiful, amazing, show stopping. I was like, yes, vibes.
But I really like
Uh,
that they were all coming together.
Yes, because Mary's like using her.
Her legal stuff.
Yeah, Hiram is using his power of the town
Yeah.
for good for once,
And
then
it's like they know.
Kevin or Mr. Keller and FP are like, we're just the muscle.
Yeah.
And I was like, yum.
Yes, I was here for it. But it just made me so happy because it's like, they just want their kids to be kids now. Like,
Yeah.
they've been through so much. Let them have, like, prom. Like, one normal high school shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. And then the prom is back on. And then also Cheryl bringing in her Nana.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else, but yes, she's just rolling Nana down the hall. No, I was going to say, I thought this was what you were going to say. I wrote this down. Cheryl goes, hobo? Bride of hobo? And I was like, bitch, I thought that was the only thing we felt bad about.
No.
Why are we using it again?
Mr. Honey still wants to cancel the prom so much that he makes a copycat video of the tapes that are going around.
Okay, and then I'm like, and he's going to that movie thing? He's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
He's fucking sus.
I
No.
don't know what his problem is. Like, this whole time, it is so fucking weird. And then Betty and Jug find out, like, they inspect the video.
Yeah.
And they see him in one of the reflections of something.
Yeah.
And so Honey is fired.
Good riddance.
But then we find out that he becomes the Stonewall headmaster.
Okay. Yeah. I don't care though. Like, I just
I
get
wish-
out. Like, just go.
I wish they would have explained why he was so weird though. And like why he's canceled every prom at every
Okay,
school he's
fair.
been to.
Yeah.
Like that's all I want to know. Like him leaving, I don't give a shit.
No, and I feel like the other thing that doesn't bother me about it is like Stonewall's a private academy. It's not a public high school. They don't
Yeah.
rely on things like proms and yearbooks. That's
Yeah.
not why they're there. A public high school is so you have like a normal childhood, and a private academy is so you go to Harvard.
Yeah.
Like,
I just don't get it.
I feel like that's why it just did not bother me.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Then
And
what
then the
happened?
secretary's out here fucking
She's like, he's the best principal we
Secretary
have.
Sass. You're on Honey's side just a little too much, ma'am.
Oh, and then after that, Betty's in the kitchen or whatever, and I don't remember much of that conversation, but I wrote Betty's making ants on a log. She literally has celery and she's putting peanut butter on it and she's little raisins on it. She's making ants on a log.
Oh my god.
It's I don't know why I noticed that. I just did. And then Betty and Jug get a new videotape.
Oh yeah.
And they find out that the video is filmed in the cabin where Veronica's mom killed Officer
Minetta. Sheriff Minetta.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they decide they're going to the cabin.
At night.
What the fuck? And then someone has been living there. What?
And
What is
then
that about?
there's another tape there.
Oh yeah.
That the tape is of them killing Mr. Honey.
Yeah. And that's how they end the season.
Yeah.
What?
That's the end.
What?
That's all they give us.
I have so many questions, which is probably why they did this. But at the
They
same
want us to come
time,
back. What?
it just seems so illogical. My only other note, I wrote it at the very end because it didn't really like fit anywhere, is like it definitely felt like a goodbye to the parents this season.
Yeah.
I feel like because obviously, as we know, we had not seen season 5, and now we've only seen the first 5 episodes, which is next episode of the pod. But the first like 2 or 3 is current time, and then we jump 7 years ahead.
Yeah.
And so they were only guest actors for those first few episodes to be written off in like
Yes.
nice ways for the graduation and everything.
Yeah. But this
But
season they were trying to like
it-
tidy it up.
It felt
Make it focus
like,
more on the kids.
but yeah, with like the prom thing
Yeah.
and everything, they stopped having so many fights because I think the
Yes.
only parents that come back in the future are Alice and Hiram, which I feel like is pretty logical, because
Oh
in this time frame right now, Hiram's trying to buy the whole town.
Yes.
If we jump 7 years ahead and we've lost Hiram or we just don't see him anymore, it doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
Whereas like writing most of the other parents out makes sense.
Yeah.
They don't need them as adults.
Yeah.
But then also the only reason I think Alice makes sense is she was such a staple in the community, being in the paper, being in the school
And she was, I feel like she
board.
was more involved. Like her and Hiram were the most involved parents out
Yes.
of the whole
Whether
show.
it was good or bad,
Yeah.
they were the most involved.
Because like FP is a part of it, but
When he
There's
got fired
other-
as sheriff,
yeah,
there
no.
was just nothing for him. He's not Serpent King and he's not sheriff. What more is there for him? And so anyways, I just felt like we were kind of saying getting a nice little wrap up to our
Yes.
parents, the majority of our parents, and I thought it was very sweet way for them to go out because they only have like 2 episodes left.
Yes. So that is it for season 4.
Yeah.
What would you rate this season?
6.5.
I was gonna say a 6. I like
Yeah.
this season because there's not that many like different storylines.
No.
going. There's only 2 major storylines, and it's the tapes and Jughead,
Yeah.
and they closed the Jughead one pretty nicely.
I think that's the only thing I don't like though is they closed it so early that I was like, what do we have the last 4 episodes to be about?
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
there was
I
a
know what
whole
you're saying,
episode just dedicated to the wrap up of that, and like
Yeah.
when I feel like I did a fine job when they were like, here's who's involved, and I was just like, here's how. I didn't feel like we needed a whole fucking episode.
No.
So those are my main reasons for knocking it down, but it is one of my higher ranked ones because there wasn't a whole lot going on and it actually kept me pretty interested.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Hello. But that is it for season 4. Next episode we're gonna be starting on season 5.
we're only doing episodes 1 through 5.
Yes, because we have never seen these episodes before.
Yes, and so we don't want to keep making really long episodes. You know, these last few have been pretty long because we have so much to talk about because we are like learning new stuff. Or
Yes.
we're talking about stuff we've never seen. So we're cutting down on the amount of episodes we're going over so that we have plenty of time to talk about everything we want to talk about.
Yes. And then
because
we
we
have-
don't know where anything's going.
Yeah, and we don't know if we're gonna start like live recording, I guess.
Yeah, we've had a couple things we're watching in these episodes we've never seen where we're like, oh, I wish we were like live streaming our
Yeah.
reactions. Like,
But we'll see.
oh my god.
We'll see. But that won't be until we're recording episode 8 of the pod right now. So it'll
Mhm.
be like episode 10.
Might have some live stuff that I'll
Yes.
post on YouTube. I would post it on our YouTube. So if you're not already checking that out, go check that
Yeah.
out. I will.
Oh.
I'll start linking that in the bio with our
Oh, yeah,
socials.
yeah.
Actually, that'd be really good.
Okay, so once again, that's it for season 4. Next episode, we're going to be talking about episode 5 before we say all of our outro stuff.
Yes, bring us our what the fuck news.
My what the fuck news of the week is speeding woman on cocaine kills drunk driver high on meth. In North Las Vegas.
Okay, Vegas.
A speeding woman is accused of driving under the influence of cocaine and alcohol when she crashed into another car, killing its driver who was under the influence of methamphetamines.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a picture of the cars. Like, I don't.
Oh my fucking
Yeah.
god.
So the blood test, so nearly 2 weeks after the crash, the blood test confirmed that the lady had cocaine and cannabinoids in her system, which is marijuana.
Mhm.
And the blood drawn also found that I'm not going to stand up, that she had an alcohol level of 0.102.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is insane. I say is
What
that's
the
not the whole
fuck?
point
Okay,
of this fucking
so the
segment.
victim who died in the crash had a blood alcohol level more than 3 times above the legal limit. Yeah. One of the cars was going at 70 miles per hour and the other one was going at 73.
Oh my god. Where were they at? Like a normal street or the
I don't
interstate?
know. Oh, but the other, the lady that was high on cocaine had a DUI from Nebraska.
God.
Yeah. So RIP to the person that died, but at the same time, I am glad that they crashed into each other and not into
Yeah, an
somebody else.
innocent person
Yes.
who's, yeah, oh my god. insane.
That's why I said, what the fuck is? And I read it while I was at work, so I was like, I have to screenshot this because this is a good one.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But that is it for this episode of What the Fuck Is This Podcast. You can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok under What the Fuck Is This _podcast. I do need to start posting on TikTok. I was thinking about filming one today where it's like, get ready with me to go to the pod. And I was gonna be like, getting ready, getting dressed, fucking getting starbies.
That's so cute. Oh my
I think I'm
God.
gonna do that next time we record.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead and follow us.
And our personals will be linked as well.
Oh yeah, and the doggos.
Yes.
There's not much doggos in this episode.
Yeah, it's actually nice outside for the first time in a while. It's really hot where we live. And so it was like only 80 degrees today. And the other two just love being outside. They love laying in the sun, the shade, whatever.
It's 79.
And like vibing. Oh my god, it's only 79 now. They love it. Maverick is my apartment baby. Born and raised in an apartment.
He
And
likes the air conditioning.
he has a yard now, and he likes his yard for all of like 20 minutes, usually. Unless mom and dad are outside with him, then he's all about it. But the other two just love to be out there on their own. So, anyways, long story short, follow us.
Yeah, we have new episodes every Thursday. So once you're done listening to this one, either go back and listen. I don't know why you're listening out of order.
But
It
hey,
doesn't make sense.
Pop
Up
off.
to you. But
we love the support regardless, even if
Yeah.
we don't get it.
yeah, honestly. But we'll see y'all next. Well, you'll see us next Thursday, or you'll be
Yes.
hearing us next Thursday.
Yes.
Adios.
Bye, guys.